How much jail time have you done?
I've done a lot of jail time actually. I just don't know because they like all been like different bids, like 3, 2, you know what I mean? 1, 1, 4. Like I did a lot. I did like probably like 7 years altogether.
7 years altogether. So
Yeah.
what were some of the things that got you locked up for?
Uh, Shooting, robbery, some shit I ain't do. I did a couple bids for shit I didn't do, but I did so much shit that I didn't even cry about it because it was like I'm supposed to be doing life, so I'm gonna just suck this up.
7 years combined. I mean, that's a pretty significant amount of time.
Yeah,
You're
all of
still a
my
young
20s.
dude.
I lost a lot of my 20s. Like, you know what I mean? I lost a lot of my 20s. So like I speak about jail a lot on my podcast, and a lot of people, I guess, that don't relate to jail, they like, oh, all you do is talk about jail. And I'm like, I'm not glorifying anything from jail. I'm telling you what I've learned. And like jail was one of my most educational places, you know what I mean? Like I tell people I might have grown the most in jail, and jail might have stunted my growth the most also. You dig what I'm saying? So that's what it really is. Like jail could make you grow, and it's gonna stunt your growth at the same time.
I mean, I've never done any actual jail time, but I did get locked up a couple times over the weekend and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the first time that you're in a cage, it really fucks you up mentally.
Yeah,
Like
when you
you're just
realize
not,
you
you're
don't
not
have any
ready
control.
as a human as a human being, you're not. It's hard to just accept the fact that you are now in a metal cage and someone else tells you when you can go to the bathroom, when you can eat, where you go, et cetera, et cetera. It really kind of fucked me up in my head.
Yeah, it definitely will. I promise you, it will fuck your head up. Yes, it'll definitely fuck your head up too when you're doing it for a year or so, then 2, and then 3, and then you might lose your date because you selling drugs in jail and getting into issues. You know what I mean? Yeah, fuck jail though.
I feel you. I feel you. So why do you think that you would get into all that shit? Like, why do you think you were busting your gun and doing all the other shit that got you locked up?
Well, as a kid, you know, you don't really have the knowledge, and you know, in the black community as a whole, we don't have the knowledge, you know what I mean, to know how to make money legally. Like this is my first year ever making money legally. I never had a summer youth job. I don't know nothing about a job, you know what I mean? I didn't have a job in jail. And like you're supposed to have jobs, and I weaseled my way around that. You know what I mean? Working in jail. So now for me to be what it was back then, just like I said, is basically in the hood, all you see is the dude with the Benz that lives next door to you. So you want to go get that Benz. And the thing is, the dude with the Benz that lives next door to you, he doesn't even have the knowledge because he wouldn't even own the Benz living next door to you in the hood. You know what I mean? So, you know, you look up to the wrong shit and then you just get into shit. And I always blame it on the OGs in my hood because a lot of the OGs in my hood, they always be like, Tax be talking shit about the old heads out here and shit like that. And the reason I do is because in order for me to respect you as an OG, you would have to teach somebody something. They didn't teach us anything, you know what I mean? They didn't give us knowledge and say, yo, do this, do that, or help do this. They told us we couldn't get money, and now we ended up shooting at them and getting in shootouts at them because we was trying to eat. You know what I mean? But these dudes is 35, kicking 40. Y'all was supposed to already be out the game and giving the game to the kids, or even telling us, you don't got to do that game. You could do something else. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, like right now, I'm doing podcasts. Nobody in life would have thought I'd be doing podcasts. So you can always tell people like there's ways to make money. You know what I mean? Besides selling drugs and things like that, you know?
No, I mean, absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, I was lucky enough to have two parents who went to college, and selling drugs is something that I actually dabbled with at some point, and I quickly learned that it wasn't for me, and you know, it's really not for anybody. It's really a dead end, a complete dead end street. And not in order to do it, you can't just sell drugs. There's always the violent aspect that has to go along with it when you're talking about hard drugs.
Violence has to come.
And I clearly saw right away that that's not something that I wanted to dabble in, because this was going to involve prison time, which I wasn't ready to accept.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
good. I always try to tell people, man, you don't want to go to jail. See, in the hood, it's like almost glorified and it's almost normal. That's the sad shit, that it's normal to go to jail. Like, oh, what's the name doing a bid? And I had to sit in jail and like really think about that, like how not normal it is to be in prison. You know what I mean? But where we from, it's like regular. Oh, I'm doing a bid, come home for a little while, go do a quick bid. It's spoken about so, frivolously. Oh yeah, you're doing a quick 3. Like 3 years of your life getting taken from you is serious. That's a serious stunt of growth. And that's why prison is bad, because they don't teach you there. So you don't grow. That's why I said you only grow if you got a strong mind and you realize what's going on. Dudes are weak in there. I seen dudes kill themselves because their girlfriend missed a visit. You know what I mean? So like jail is no place to be in. It ain't healthy.
Yeah, I mean, there's no such thing as a quick 3. If you think about it, high school is 4 years, and high school lasted forever.
Right.
So you mean to tell me that from your freshman year to your junior year is a quick 3? Like, that's not a fucking quick 3.
Yeah.
That's a long ass fucking 3 years. That's more than 1,000 days.
My man Skip just came home from doing 2, and he about to do a quick 5. You know what I mean? And that's the streets for you, because when you know what you're doing out here, you gotta understand it. Yes, the options are dead or jail. You know what I mean? So when you live in that life, it's people that act so confused. You know, I always say this, like, you'll see people like, oh, why did they kill Jamal? And I'm like, well, Jamal killed a couple people. You know what I mean? What you mean, why did they kill him? You know what I mean? It's just the people that are really smart in the street understand what they're doing, understand the consequences. The people that understand the consequences are also the same people that understand ratting. So they'll be like, yo, like, I know what I did, so I'm not gonna put it on somebody else, and they'll just accept it and do their time. You know what I mean? Everybody doesn't realize that. Dudes realize that they was doing crime when they get in the precinct, because it's so normal to do crime in the hood. When they get to the precinct, they like, what? You serious? I'm facing that? They start crying. They start blaming their man. I told you don't turn left. It's your fault. And then he tells on them, because they don't really know. They really have no knowledge that they're doing crime. They really think it's some normal shit.
We just decided, like, fuck it, when we was able to see each other face to face on some grown man shit, it was like, I ain't got no beef, I don't have no problem, you ain't got no problem, fuck it. And that's just what it was.
Stripping, getting my own money and leaving. How was I gonna leave if I only made $200 every week? Ain't no way.
So basically stripping saved your life?
Yeah, you know what? It really did though.